Good evening, good night, or good morning, depending on what part of the world you're joining us from. My name is Mike Green. I'm joining you from Spokane, Washington today, sitting right across the office from Lawrence Sowell, who's getting ready to share with you version 2.0 of the IT app. Pretty exciting times. I don't want to take up a lot of time here, so I'm just going to turn this right over to Lawrence, who is jonesing to show you everything that we've got going on version 2.0 already. This is amazing stuff, you guys. Sit back, take some notes. I'll be in the background answering some questions. If you want to throw them in the chat box, feel free to do that. Lawrence, the floor is yours. Start showing off, buddy.
All right, thanks, Mike. So last time we did this, guys, I showed you what it looked like on a mobile phone. I showed you what the app was going to look like. So today I thought I would show you what it looks like on a desktop, mainly because there's some really cool features we were able to do on a desktop because we have more space. Also works on tablets and iPads in horizontal mode as well. So I'm just going to go through that. We also do have some more features working in the product, and it looks like everything's pretty much on course for us to be ready to probably do a beta launch of this in January. As you can see, it's a pretty typical looking social network. It has a news feed. It has a search bar at the top. It says shop. I'll get into that. And then over on the right, you see home, chat, post, notifications, and more. This is actually navigation for this section over here. So you can be doing things in your news feed while you're interacting with notifications, or you're going into your settings, or you're creating posts, or even your panel where you have your bank, your analytics, so on and so forth. So I'll get into that. But I want to start with the news feed and kind of go over the features that we have here, because we have some really cool stuff that we've been doing that's different than what anybody else is doing. And as you can see, we have buttons in there: cool, comment, and share. What the cool button is it's like a temperature gauge like button. So if you would, it doesn't really mean that you're saying it's cool. As you see, it can get toasty, it can turn into fire. It just shows that that post is being heated up. It goes all the way to an inferno, as you can see on Brad Moore's post right there. 505 people heated it up. We have it set so I can actually just click on it as many times to show as an example. We're going to do some little bit of animation with that. We're going to put a couple little logs and an X underneath that to show that you were the one, or when you like that it's an indicator that you know you liked it when you're going through it. So that's a really cool feature. We actually have a patent pending on that like feature right there. And then next is pretty obvious. It's comment. It's just open forum commenting. You can just type something in and say that's cool. And then share. Our share feature is going to allow you to share on our social network and external social networks at the same time. You'll also notice the profile pictures on the post are just a little bit bigger here. And then we'll be doing the post details and getting that in tomorrow. On desktop, we're going to show the last 4 comments. When you click on View Previous, it'll accordion out and open up the rest of the comments. On mobile, we're showing 1 comment, and you can click on View Previous to look at previous comments. What you can share here is status updates, pictures, videos, whatever you'd like to. But I want to just do something real quick to show you what you can do while you're in your newsfeed. Let's say I'm looking at Martin Riggins' post and I want to see other stuff that he's posted. I can just click on him, and when I do, his profile opens up on the right-hand side. Now I can go through Martin's posts, interact with them, all while my newsfeed doesn't move from my left-hand side. So I have 2 feeds going on now. And what's really cool about that is I can be over here, and then I can go up to where we have search and shop, and I can click on that, and we have it set to shop right now. But just to explain the search, you're going to be able to search posts, so any keyword in any post that's a friend of yours or a public post, users, of course, and then you're going to be able to shop. And this is a really unique feature, so while you're hanging out in the social network, you'll be able to shop different items. You'll be able to filter them by category, by brand, by price, by retailer, by location, and these are live shopping results right now. So you'll be able to do different price ranges. What's really cool about this is every time somebody buys something here, they're going to get cash back, and then anybody that referred that user to the social network is going to make a commission also. And then also you'll be able to tag, and I'll explain that here in just a moment. But as you can see, shopping's working live right now, and we'll be working on that over the course of the next month and improve user experience on the shopping experience. But as you can see, I'm over here doing something with a profile, and then I'm over here shopping at the same time. So that's a really cool feature, and I really like how we use a desktop space to give an experience that nobody else out there in the social media industry is utilizing the way that we are. We thought of this more like an application than we did a website, something that's more of a tool than it is just pretty and and lots of different options. So that's how we looked at it. Now, I'll get back to the news feed just by clicking the it icon there. So that pretty much shows this. Now, I want to show you Martin Riggins' profile real quick. You see you have a profile picture. You have a cover photo there. Your profile picture is centered. You can say something about yourself. You have your birth date, where you're living, your relationship status. This is where you can click and friend people or block them or follow them. You can message them. In each person's profile, you'll be able to access their posts, their leafs, their media, and their friends. Now, what the leafs are is anything that they have tagged or anything that somebody else tagged that they favorited. So leafs will be anything that has shopping involved in it, whether it's a post or a product or a search query. Anything that somebody either saves or posts that has a product tag in it will go in their leafs section. Media will be any photo or video that person shared, so people can just quickly go through photos and videos. And then obviously friends, pretty self-explanatory what that one is. So that pretty much rounds up what a user's profile has in it and the types of things you can do with the user's profile. Now I want to talk about tagging real quick. We don't have that functioning yet. We were hoping to have it ready today for this, but we decided to get the hot button working instead. So the tagging should be working later on this evening. But the way that you would tag something is if you're in here and you go to create a post and you type in having a great time at the ball game and you add a photo of the ball game. You can go to choose file. I can go into any of my files in here or pictures in here and upload a picture. I just wanted to show real quick though that you could in fact use Facebook or any of these to grab pictures from those accounts as well. But when I do that, you'll see add your location and tag products. When I click on tag products, it's actually going to bring a search up on the left hand side and show me whatever products I'm searching for. And then it's going to let me drag and drop or just simply hit the plus sign on a tag that I like, and then I can keep tagging. And then when I tag something and it goes over here into the feed where you see the post that Michael Green made, it'll say Michael Green tagged a photo, and right there where it says tagged a photo, there will be a purchase icon, or if you would, the little tag icon, product icon, and the person will be able to click on that from a story like this, and it'll actually populate their right-hand feed with products based on that search query. So you can shop from people's posts where they tag, or you can just shop if you want to while you're here. This pays, like I said, cash back on any purchases that are made through our over 20,000 retailers, and it also triggers a commission for those that invited people or those who had posts that went viral or people purchased from. So this is how you can make and save money while using a social network in a very natural way. And we offer shopping right within this social network. Mike, why don't you tell us just real quick what you think some of your favorite features are about the social network?
Well, all I can tell you is all of the above. I've never really been that social networking kind of guy until about a year ago, and playing with Facebook now, both on desktop and on Android phone now, because I actually get to use this on an Android phone. It's pretty exciting to see some similarities, but also I think some improvements. Just a cleaner, crisper look. The interaction is happening so much faster, but just not all that clutter that sometimes is so confusing on Facebook. And I know you guys are probably laughing at me if you're avid Facebook users, but all those other buttons and bells and whistles that they've got that nobody, at least I don't seem to use, this is just clean, precise. It's easy, it's intuitive. You know where the buttons are, you know what to click. It doesn't take you too long to figure it out all by yourself. If you're into clicking buttons, you can do it. But I got to tell you, just clicking on somebody's profile, either inside of comments or at the top of their post, and seeing the split screen on desktop, I think that's probably got to be the coolest thing. Just that right there, and now you're multitasking, and that when that gets into the shopping aspect, when we're tagging pictures, just having that multi-screen working for you the whole entire time, I think it's just sharp. I mean, I just haven't seen anything like it. This has got everything I think a social network needs in a very clean, crisp setting. And man, I just can't wait for tagging to link up, and here we go. Game on.
Awesome, Mike. Thanks. There's another really cool feature here, and it's the chat feature. So everybody's familiar with Messenger or any sort of instant messaging on a social network. What our chat's going to do is it's going to allow you to be able to actually shop and share your shopping experience with the people that you're talking to in chat. So for example, I could hold down on that pair of shoes, drag them over, and drop them in to that chat right there if I would like to, and you'll be able to share that. So just imagine a few friends that don't live in the same area that are, out looking for deals online, and they're, on it, using the social network and shopping and finding great deals. They'll be able to share those deals with each other through private messages. And when they share those deals through even the private messages, they'll get cash back, and they'll make commissions if any of their friends buy while they're exchanging links. So our chat's going to open up, direct and group messaging to allow people to just chat if they like, but also shop online together in a private or group manner. And I think that is a really powerful feature in itself right there, Mike. Notifications, like I said, pretty simple. We'll show your friend requests and any interaction with any of your content or any content you've interacted with. And then, of course, your more section where you can log out or change your notification settings, privacy, and all that stuff. And then, of course, back to your panel. I call this the panel because this is where you can be using social networking over here or shopping over here. But over here, you have access to your bank, inviting friends, your analytics. We're actually going to keep track of posts and how your posts perform, so that you're able to understand what tagged posts are better than others, so that you can improve the content that you share across the network. And then, of course, the leads that you favorited right there for you to access. You can manage your friends, the people you're following, your followers, your connected social networks. To begin with, we're going to have Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and Pinterest as the 4 social networks. We have many more we can add. It just seems like those are the main ones, as like Instagram and others like that don't allow you to post to their network. So there's really no reason to connect to them in the first place. And then, of course, you can access your images here, your videos. Overall, I think it's a phenomenal design. I think it's simple. But the way I see it, we could make a big dent in the social media industry and also the e-commerce industry with this product.
I think you hit on every single one of them. I got to tell you that turning that flame into from cool to toasty to hot to inferno.
Yeah, I can go over that real quick. So basically, a post starts out cool. Once it hits like 10 likes, it's going to turn into warm, and then it's going to turn into toasty at 20. And then it turns into hot, and then it turns into fire. And it's going to be blazing if it hits over 200, and then it's going to turn into an inferno once it hits over 500. And as you can see, there's a little bit different color for each one. And like I said, this is more of a temperature of the post, what people think the temperature of that post is or how popular it is. What I like about that button the most, Mike, in my opinion, is that I'm not saying I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying that I'm heating that post up because there's something about that post that needs to be heated up. And to me, that seems like what makes the hot button so awesome is that you can just give an expression without saying that you like it. Sometimes people post stuff on other social networks. You don't want to like it because it sounds weird to like something like whatever they may have said that doesn't make sense. Where heating something up is completely different, and it's a different emotion. So I think that's a really cool feature. But I think that pretty much covers it, Mike. It's pretty simple to explain.
It is. Is it okay to talk a little bit about what Apple and Google app stores are doing as far as beta testing and what direction we might go with that to get this in more people's hands faster?
Absolutely. Apple recently launched something called TestFlight, which is a beta program. You can have up to 1,000 users. Our goal is in January, when we have this fully functional, is to convert this into iOS and Android apps, and they both have beta programs. So we'll probably start with a couple thousand beta testers in January. Our goal is to have the product completely polished on all platforms by mid-February, and then submit to the stores for a launch sometime in March. That's our goal right now. Those are the milestones we have in place.
So the million-dollar question for people that are already connected to us, something happening by the end of the year, right after the first part of the year?
Absolutely, I believe in January. I'm pretty confident right now that we're going to be able to bring in maybe a couple thousand people into beta testing.
Beautiful. I think it's clean and crisp. I love the way it looks. We all talk about Android and Windows phones and Blackberries and desktop, laptop, PC, Mac. The way this rolls out, it's all at the same time, right?
Yes. We'll have it for tablets, iPads, smartphones, and desktops. So it'll roll out on all platforms. When we go live with this, we're going to work on the sharing because there's two types of ways to share to Facebook. You're either sharing something tagged or you're sharing just a story. So depending on what you share and how you share it will depend on how we link that from Facebook or any other social network you share it to.
Will all users have to connect through igronet.com?
No. I mean, it really depends. I mean, the associates from iGrow, they'll log in with their iGrow credentials because it'll duplicate. But if somebody from iGrow invites a user just to the social network, then that user is just creating an account with the social network. They don't need to have an account with iGrow. iGrow, understand, that's just the sales site. That's the marketing company. Leaf is just a free social network that you can invite people to. You obviously use yourself and benefit from as you grow the network through the social network. Now that we're on any platform, the goal is to have it go straight to the retailer, or go to the retailer in an iframe with a sign-up form so they can shop and sign up at the same time.
Will there be any outside vendor advertising, or will the only e-commerce be done by members?
I want you to know some of the benefits to this social network is, number one, we're not going to sell anybody's personal information, and number two, we're not going to have any banner ads or any sort of advertising. Now, with that said, people that are using the social network and tagging products are kind of advertising products, so it's kind of a more natural way. Now, let's say that Nike sets up an account, and Nike decides, they're going to share content just like anybody else. Obviously, they're going to tag stuff. So, if people are friends with them or following them, then more people will see their stuff, obviously. So the answer to that question is there is advertising of products that are tagged in a more natural way. Also, our goal is to not just be products, but also services and travel. We'll be working on that after version 2.0 so that it's not just products. But I do see brands and retailers alike, setting up accounts and bringing their followers over here so they can share content in a more natural way rather than in an ad-based way, if you will.
Will the invitations to it be live when this launches? So if somebody goes to leafit.com or goes straight to the App Store, they download it, they need an invitation, how do you see that working out, Lawrence?
Yeah, there's going to be by private invite only, so there'll be an invite code required. If a user doesn't have an invite code, they can request an invite.
And then what do you see that process? I know there's a strategy here, a couple of different philosophies could be used, but as far as how fast can they get their invite?
Well, if they have an invite code, they sign up right away. For photo sharing and such, we are looking at creating galleries for that, albums if you would. So that will be coming in the future. Probably not 2.0, but 2.1 or 2.2.
So Lawrence, do you want to talk about the speed of which this is being built? I mean, I feel really, I don't know, I feel bad sometimes that I've been able to watch this whole thing evolve, and it just makes my head spin how fast this thing is moving. But where we stand right now, where we stood, just a short, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I think it's pretty amazing. But can you kind of touch on, what has changed that has put us in position? Because we've got a lot of people that say there's no way you can build this thing this fast, but yet I'm watching it happen, and it is amazing. Can you maybe touch a little bit on how and why we're able to put this thing together as fast as we are?
Well, it starts with the fact that we're doing a blitz development right now, and a blitz development means 18 hours, 16, 18-hour days, 7 days a week. So in 1 month, we're getting 3 months worth of work done. So it starts there. The second thing is there's a new code that came out earlier this year. Came out, I think it was May or June. And that new language allowed you to build on one language for all platforms with just a few hours work to optimize for each platform. Maybe a few days for long-term optimization, but nothing like it used to be where you had to have a development team for every single platform. And because of that, it basically cut our time into about 1/5 the time it would have taken before this new language came out. So that because of that new language and because the development team is working tirelessly 7 days a week, 16, 18 hours a day, that's why it's progressing so quickly and so fast. We'll be adding to that team in January so that we'll be able to even move faster. Actually, our developers type by code by talking now. They don't even use their fingers. So, but that right now it's a blitz campaign. So what you're seeing in 30 days would normally take about 90. It's just because they're working so many hours.
And as far as future development, I know when we launched version 1.0, just to get to version 1.1 was a very rigorous. The way they're programming now, they're just making these changes on the fly, right? I mean, it's hey, wait a minute, change that, fix that, that link goes there, and it's like it's done within a matter of minutes, it seems.
Yes, the one nice thing about this new technology is that you don't have to push an update to the App Store. Once it's in the App Stores, the updates are real-time in the app, so you don't have to push updates. Also, our development's in-house now. Version 1.0, we outsourced to a development team in another city, and so we didn't really have the controls that we have now that development's in-house with our own team. So obviously things move faster when you're in-house, with your own team and you're on top of everything that's going on every day. So that's helped out a lot as well.
So Lawrence, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
14.
And I got to tell you guys, I think he's closer to a 16 or a 17 on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as excitement. He looks like a little kid walking around the office now. He's just floating on air. You're having fun, right, Lawrence? I mean, the what would you call it? The ability to get developed what you want to get developed, the ability to have that vision and then see that vision change just a little bit and actually be able to get it to come to life through the programmers. Is this a blast or what?
The coolest part to me is, me, Mike, is the ideas. The ways and the little tiny details and the features that you can do that have a psychological impression on somebody to make them like something. And those are the challenges that we have. But I love the fact that I can have an idea and then get on with the development team and go through the experience it would be in the interface that's needed and then kind of feel it before we do it. And it's just, you see me, Mike, I'm constantly saying, how cool do you think this is? I think I do it like once an hour. But yeah, it's amazing. And I couldn't be luckier because, the lead developer with us right now, without him, like none of this would be possible. He's a superstar. He's a Google, a Facebook. He's that quality of a developer. And the fact that he's seen this vision and wanted to stick with us and do this, I'm completely excited. He had so many offers. He could have went and worked for any Fortune 500 company he wanted to, but he wanted to lead this vision from the development side and be able to put his name on it and say, I created that. So without that, we definitely wouldn't be able to be doing this. So I would say excited is an understatement. We're on the phone. I'm working until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning with him every day, waking up around 8 or 9 in the morning, and going right back at it. So I'm right there with the team. The hours they're working, I'm right there beside them because any question they have, anything they want me to test, anything they want me to look at, I'm there looking at it, giving feedback, and it's just like real-time development happening. If you even look at what we had, Mike, just 2-3 weeks ago, you'll notice that some things have already changed. The looks have changed a little bit. The options have changed a little bit. Because as we're digging into it, we're finding better and cooler ways to do it. So it's really exciting. I could not be more excited, actually, and still be able to sit down in a chair.
I think when you told me that when our lead programmer came, you said, you know what, Lawrence, what I want more than anything is I want to put my stamp on life. And when you've got a guy like that working for you, man, get it out of the way. And to have a programmer with that kind of attitude, I think that's kind of tough to find. I mean, sometimes it's tough to get programmers to have that kind of passion for something, but he definitely has it, and he's showing off right now. And I got to tell you, I think we're all impressed. I don't know what everybody else is thinking out there, but I know I'm impressed with what he's doing. But you guys make an awesome team. That's what I'll tell you right now. Your vision, his programming talent, and bringing this along as fast as it's coming is just, to me, it's mind-boggling. And I couldn't be more excited to be attached to a company that's bringing something to market that is going to be wow. Every single one of us, I truly believe, are going to be able to walk down the street and see somebody on the IT app, and you kind of looking over their shoulder going, yeah, they're not Facebooking anymore, are they? They're IT app. And then you're going to go, I was there when they started that. I'm part of it. And it's going to be a very proud moment, I think, for every single one of us to be able to actually go out and have something working on every smartphone that you see on a subway, on a bus, on a train, driving down the highway. Oh, wait, you're not supposed to be texting driving down the highway. But it's going to be pretty exciting to know that you were part of helping build the next big social network, and you're going to be seeing people use it globally. That's exciting for all of us. So I think it's great to have you aboard, Lawrence, and Ben. The teamwork that you guys are doing together, it's been a blast to watch. So thanks for all your time. Appreciate it. All I can tell you is they're building a masterpiece, and we're not launching it until it's right. And the reason we're doing these webinars is so everybody can see that it is in production, and there it is. And the functionality, yeah, I mean, it's real, it's live, but the timing, we're all just going to have to be patient for just a little bit longer. What's the date? No one knows. Take that out to the field to everybody. Well, when are we going to have it? Man, as soon as we can get it to you. That's all you can tell them. But tell them that you saw this. Tell them you were here. Tell them you heard Lawrence. You heard you heard from the how excited the programmers are to be developing this as fast as they possibly can, and it is right around the corner. It truly is. What's the date? I don't know. Lawrence doesn't know, and we're not committing. So try not to go back to your people and say, hey, Lawrence said on January 15th. That it was going to be in beta test or it was going to launch in all the app stores. Just try not to embellish that part and just let people know. I'm sure we'll have this out recorded, right, Lawrence, for people to see so they can see this for themselves, that the development's gone through, but we don't have a date. We don't. We can just tell you that it's very, very soon. But I will tell you again, like I did last time we had this session, don't sit around and wait for it. I'm telling you, that Founder 3000 spot, you're going to want to be racing towards that right now. You heard it from me. Do or don't, but you heard it from me. You better go grab a spot in that Founder 3000 and get yourself positioned, because this is it's going to be that big deal. And if you miss that Founder 3000, you're going to be kicking yourself for a lot of years to come. So it's coming. You're looking at it right now. You're seeing what's coming, and I don't know about you. I'm not that big of a social networking guy until about a year ago. All I can tell you is what I'm looking at is exciting. If you're as excited as I am, don't wait for anything else. Get out there and bring this one home. Position yourself right now with this company, because there's no stopping us at this stage of the game. Lawrence?
Yeah, I'd like to say a couple more things, Mike. We will be bringing in a select group of people, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 people, so that way you guys can actually show it. So we will be doing that, and the way it's going, I mean, I feel pretty good saying that we should go into beta in January, and we're actually shooting to have this ready by February, so I feel pretty comfortable about March, but like Mike said, we don't want to get stuck to a date. But we feel really good about it as it is right now. That was it, Mike. I just wanted to throw that in, and thank everybody for coming. This is absolutely amazing what we're building right now. And then, Mike, I'll turn it back over to you, and we can wrap this up.
All right, Lawrence, and I just want to say thanks again for you taking time out of your schedule. I know people probably don't know that you were up till 7 o'clock in the morning this morning. That is I think that was a full 24, maybe 30 hours straight. So for you to be back here with any kind of energy left amazes me. But yeah, thanks for all your hard work, Lawrence. We wouldn't be here without you, and again, we couldn't be more excited to be part of your team. So thanks again. And everybody, you guys are chiming in. It's hot. It's bad to the bone. Love it. Phenomenal. Thank you for all your hard work. It rocks. It rocks. Love it, Justin. It rocks. Guys, thanks for spending time here. Know that we're going to do this. Hopefully we can get to this. We won't have to do this much longer, you guys. You're going to have this in your hands pretty soon. But we'll try to keep you up to date with one of these, maybe at least once every other week, just so you can see the progress. But stay plugged in. Man, keep your people informed of what we're doing, that it is live, and the difference between version 1.0 and 2.0 is ginormous. I mean, we're on two different planets. I think you guys would all agree with that. And no offense to 1.0, we had to start someplace, but what we're building now rivals any other social network that I'm seeing out there. We are going to be the bomb. Connected e-commerce to it, we're going to the top. So thank you guys for everything you're doing out in the field. I'm telling you, hit it now, hit it hard, and it doesn't have to be just about you. Yeah, you want to get yourself qualified for that Founder 3000, but I'm telling you, challenge yourself. How many people can you get Founder 3000 qualified? Because when you start understanding what's going to happen to your matrix, when you have, first 3, 5, 10, then you got 15, then you got 50 people in your matrix that are Founder 3000 qualified, and we go viral, crazy, crazy, crazy viral, that is going to impact you like nothing else has ever before. Get yourself qualified Founder 3000. Get on the bandwagon and get as many people as you can in that Founder 3000 before we launch. Not after, before we launch. I think by the time we launch, you guys, my opinion, I think that Founder 3000 is going to be filled up. And when we do launch, man, here come the viral installs and an onslaught of free subscribers coming towards you. And everybody always asks, well, Mike, if they're free subscribers connected to me and they're just given to me because they were requesting an invite, what happens when they upgrade? What happens when they become an associate? Who do they belong to then? You. If they're connected to you as a free affiliate, when they upgrade to an associate, they're still connected to you. They're personally enrolled by you. And all I can tell you, if you haven't been to the roadmap webinar, the new one we do, go watch a recorded video. It's in your back office, or come to one of the live events. We're doing one at 6 o'clock tonight, Pacific Standard Time. But when you start looking at the numbers of what that can do to you, being in the Founder 3000, and what it's explosive. So you're seeing it live right here. It's real. It's happening. These guys are working 12, 14, 16-hour days, taking a 2-hour nap and then starting again, and they're racing through it. So that's all I've got, Lawrence. I appreciate your time, your energy, and you guys keep doing what you're doing out in the field. Just do it twice as fast, twice as hard. Go for it. All right, you guys. We'll talk to you all very, very soon.